Hi guys, in this video we'll discuss about the second approach to create a servlet. In the last video what we done the first approach to create a servlet, right? This is the second approach to create a servlet. But the first approach to create a servlet, our normal Java class will become servlet class when we implement servlet interface, right? Class my servlet, it has to implement such interface, servlet interface or not. Okay, good. The first approach. If you want first approach, check the previous video here. Before start this video, just check the previous video first. You will get the more clarity. Because in the servlet interface contains 5 methods. What are the 5 methods? Init method, service method, init service, destroy method. Next one is what? Get servlet, config method. Next to get servlet, info method, right? These are all the methods I covered in the previous video. I showed the predefined support, right? How to check the predefined support. I checked in the previous video. I completed in the previous video. Just open the previous video, guys. Okay. In the first approach, what the problem here? We must to override. So must to override how many methods? Must to override the. In the first approach, you must to override how many methods total? 5 methods, right? That's a problem in the first approach here. This is the approach number 1. This is approach number 1. To overcome this problem, simply can go for the second approach. Approach number how much here? 2. In the approach number 2, our class will become servlet class. We have to extend the generic servlet here. Our normal Java class my servlet class will become servlet class. We have to extend what? We have to extend what? Generic servlet. Basically, the generic servlet class internally implements what? Servlet interface. So as you know, servlet interface again, it contains how many methods? 5 methods, right? That's it. First approach, my servlet will become servlet class. We have to implement such interface, servlet interface. Must to override the 5 methods. That's the first approach. Leave it. The approach number 2 is what? Our class will become servlet class. We have to extend which servlet? Generic servlet, right? Basically, generic servlet from which interface? Servlet interface or not? Actually, internally, generic servlet is implementing servlet interface. Generic servlet 4 implementations are completed, guys. Default implementations are completed. 4 implementations are completed. It contains only one abstract method. One abstract method that is called one abstract method that is called which method here? Service method actually. With generic servlet, 4 implementations are completed. It contains one abstract method that is called service method. Then generic servlet is normal class or abstract class here? Obviously it is also abstract class, right? But it is a normal class or abstract class here? It is abstract class. Contains how many abstract methods? One abstract method, that is a service method. Okay. Whenever your class is extending generic servlet contains how many abstract methods? Only one abstract method, right? Which method? Service method, right? Now override how many methods here? Override only which method? One method, right? Override only one method, that is called what? Service method, guys. Approach number 1, your class must implement servlet interface. We must to override 5 methods here. But out of 5 methods, we are writing the logics by using which method? Service method only. But if you required or not required, you must to override how many methods here? 5 methods, right? That's it. Okay, what is the approach number 2? It says the approach number 2, interface servlet, it contains how many methods? 5 methods. Generic servlet. Generic servlet 4 implementations already completed. It contains only one abstract method that is called what? Service method, right? If my servlet extending generic servlet means overriding one method, right? That's all. Tell me here. First approach overriding 5 methods. Next approach overriding one method. Now which approach is better? Second approach is better, right? Okay, let me do this example practically. To do the practicals, just open Eclipse ID. We're using Eclipse Oxygen version, right? So give the workspace, servlets video classes. Just click on OK. Click on OK. Workspace is loaded, right? So servlet video class means there is a workspace folder here. In that location, the files will be saved actually. That files will be saved, right? That's all. Let me close these all the files. Okay. First, let me create the servlet. First application, second application, right? Go to the file, new. I want to create a dynamic web project here. In the above you can check, this is called JW Eclipse ID, right? Eclipse ID 2 ways. One is a JTS Eclipse ID, JW Eclipse ID. Which one you want? JW Eclipse ID. This is JW Eclipse ID. Because servlets are belongs to J to EE, right? go to the file menu, click on new. I want dynamic web project. What the project name here? Second servlet, right? That's it. What I said here, module version, dynamic module version 2.5 you have to select. Once you select the 2.5, your project is updated with the Adv.XML file. If you are selecting 3.0, what happened here? Your project is updated with the annotations, right? Annotations will reduce the configurations in Adv.XML file. Annotations will reduce what? Configurations done in Adv.XML file. But first of all, you guys don't know what is Adv.XML file, right? This is what is the solution here? What is the conclusion? Select the 2.5, generate the Adv.XML file. Okay. Then later, after some examples, I'll start the annotations concept. Coming to the target runtime. So initially, if it is none is there, then we have to do the build path option. If you select the target runtime 8.5, there is no need of build path option. There is no need of what? Build path. Target runtime Apache Tomcat 8.5 means there is no need of build path. If the target runtime none means we have to do the build path, right? Just click on finish. Now here second solid application is ready. In that application, go for the Java resources. I want to get the second servlet, right? Go to Java resources, src. Right click here, new. I want to create what? A servlet. This is my servlet, guys. Click on just servlet. What is the package name here? com.dss. What is the class name, guys? Second servlet, right? That's it. But default superclass is what? HDB servlet, right? HDB servlet is default superclass means it is taking by default third approach, right? But I don't want third approach. Click on browse. In the browse, you require what? Generic servlet, right? So generic servlet. Select the generic servlet class. Just click on OK. Now here which one? You have to browse the generic servlet. That's all, guys. Click on next. By default, anyhow class name is URL pattern, right? By default class name is what? URL pattern. Just click on next. Okay, click on next. It is overriding only which one there. Checkbox is only which one? Service is there, right? And you click on finish. That's all, guys. Okay, now second solid is extending which solid here? Generic solid class, right? That's all. So no, second solid extends what? Generic solid or not? It is overriding only one method here. Which method is overriding? Service method, right? That's all. Because generic solid contains so many abstract methods, only one abstract method, that is called what? Service method, right? It contains only one abstract method, is called service method. Yeah? That's it. We clear? That's all, guys. But next one here, as you know, general settings, right? Response data, set content type. What the purpose of set content type? We have to specify your servlet is generating which type of response. Set content type in the response object. Which response I want to generate here? Either text / HTML, right? That's all. I want to add some response in response object here. To add the response in response object, we require an object that is called print writer object, right? Print writer object. So print writer equal to response dot. The method name is called get writer. What is the purpose of print writer object here? To add the response into response object. Initially response object is empty, right? We don't have any response. Then we have to add the response in response object. And whatever the response we are adding into response object, that response object reach to the client browser, right? That response object reach to the client browser, right? That's all. Then simply can go for add some response in response object here. How to add the response in response object? Writer.println of writer.println of what? This is a second servlet, right? That's all, guys. Complete, guys. This is second servlet approach. This is second solid, right? That's all. But tell me, when compared to first approach, this is a best, right? This is better, right? When compared to first approach, this is better approach, right? That's all. We clear? Good. At server side, we have one servlet. The servlet name is called second servlet. The second servlet is having the URL pattern is what? The class name itself is URL pattern, right? To check that URL pattern, web.inf, web.xml file. Here you can check it. What is URL pattern here? Second servlet is URL pattern or not? Finally, we decided we create one project, generic servlet example project. In that project, I create one servlet. What is servlet name? Speak out. What is servlet name? We take this all the points here. Just pause the video. Take this all the points. We'll get more clarity. Okay, good. So at server side, I have one servlet. What is servlet name here? Second servlet. At server side, I have one servlet. It is second servlet. the URL pattern is what? Second servlet only, right? So from the client browser, now we have to generate the request. We have to generate which URL pattern, second servlet is URL pattern or not, because the class name is by default URL pattern. Yes or no? And that's all. Just right click here, run as, run on server, click on next, click on finish, right? Click on what? Finish. That's it. Click on next, click on finish. The project is ready. Then this is the URL pattern, right? Then here we have to send the URL pattern. What is the URL pattern name here? Second servlet is URL pattern or not? Just click on enter button. You will get the output is what? This is second servlet, right? That's it, guys. We clear? Any questions we have? This is URL pattern. As no HTTP, right? HTTP is nothing but protocol. Localhost is nothing but IP address. This is port number. Generic servlet example is the project name. This is called resource name, right? This is called what? A resource name. That's all, guys. We have to override only one method, right? What is that method here? Generic servlet service method, right? That's it. We clear? That's all, guys. This is the second approach to create a servlet. Total how many approaches we done total? 2 approaches, guys. First approach is complete in the previous video. This video we done what? A second approach. In the first approach, what is the problem identified? If you required or not required, we must override how many methods, sir? 5 methods, right? But the second approach, the problem is at server side it is giving only one option, right? Which option? Service method to write the logics. From the client browser, there is no chance of specifying multiple requests, right? Okay, if you are sending any type of request from the client browser, at server side only which method executed service, right? Service is only one place. From the browser window, if you are sending any type of request, if it is we are sending what? Any type of request, at server side only which method executing? A service method only executing, right? Any other methods are there to write the logics, or only service method is there? Only service method, right? That's all. So generic servlet is a protocol independent. From the browser window, if you are sending any type of request at server side, only service method will be executed. The present applications, everything is request HTTP protocol, right? Always you look at the HTTPS, hypertext transfer protocol, otherwise hypertext transfer protocol secure. Nowadays everything is HTTP request. Now by using HTTP request, we can from the browser window, we can generate the different types of request. When we send the get request, at server side do get executed. If you send the post request, server side do post executed. If you send the put request, server side do put executed. Different request types, different methods are executed, right? So no, that's all. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. And in front of the video, don't sit idle. Just take the pen and paper, take all the points. You'll get the more clarity. Do this example practically. That's all. Right? So thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. And like the videos and comment the videos. And subscribe to our channel to get the more updates. Every day I'm uploading videos, right? You'll get the more clarity. That's all, guys. Bye.